Welcome to StarWatch Now, your front row seat to all the hottest gossip, drama, and breaking news from the world of entertainment. If it's trending, shocking, or star-studded, we're covering it. Stay tuned. You won't want to miss what's coming next. Two beloved actors. Two headlines separated by almost a decade. The same hush that falls across living rooms from Beijing to Boston, from Seoul to Sydney. Tonight on StarWatch Now, we take a calm, careful walk through a story many of you have asked about. The passing of Yu Menglong and the echoes some viewers hear from Qiao Renliang's tragedy in 2016. We are not here to sensationalize grief. We are here to bring light, to sort through what is fact, what is rumor, and what remains an open question. You will see these labels on screen throughout. If you need to pause at any time, please do. Your well-being comes first. And if you choose to journey with us, we promise a respectful pace. One that honors craft and compassion over conjecture. Because stories like these are not just about the end of a life. They are about the dignity of memory, the weight of public expectation, and the hope that an industry can learn to protect the people we admire. Take a breath. Let's begin together with care. Fact. Reports state that Yu Menglong passed away in Beijing on September 11, 2025. In official communications at the time, authorities described the death as the result of an accidental fall with alcohol involved, noting no evidence of foul play. A medical report was said to support that conclusion. Public mourning followed swiftly. His name trended widely. Colleagues and fans shared tributes in many languages. Favorite scenes and lines resurfaced like postcards from gentler days. Fact. Yu's mother expressed deep sorrow and indicated it was not a criminal case. These are the elements we can point to with confidence. Dates, statements, and public records as reported. Everything else, every whisper, every thread belongs in a different category. In this chapter, we hold still for a moment. We acknowledge that facts can feel small when grief feels large. Yet facts matter, especially now. They are the steady floor beneath our feet, the place from which we can ask better questions, set aside conjecture, and keep our conversation humane. With that footing, we can examine why so many viewers hear an echo from a story told 9 years earlier. Open question. Why do some audiences perceive a pattern between Yu Menglong's passing and Qiao Renliang's tragedy in 2016? The outline is familiar. Two young, accomplished actors, a wave of public grief, a swift official narrative that rules out homicide, the heavy hum of speculation online. Rumor, labeled. On social platforms, people have discussed industry pressure and overlapping representation, suggesting an unkind rhythm beneath the glamour. To be clear, those claims are unverified. Presenting them as fact would be irresponsible. Still, comparisons arise because human beings map meaning onto sorrow. We look for rhyme and reason, especially when answers feel thin. So we ask respectful questions instead of making declarations. Might apparent similarities reflect the structure of modern media around tragedy? Or do they point to broader, systemic concerns that deserve daylight and dialogue? We cannot know from headlines alone. What we can do is turn comparison into constructive curiosity. Learn to read sources critically, recognize emotional triggers, and resist certainty where certainty does not exist. In doing so, we avoid adding weight to rumor while keeping space for truth, should more one day be shared. Before we analyze processes and policies, we return to the human center. Audiences across the United States, South Korea, Japan, Thailand, Singapore, the Philippines, Australia, France, Canada, Indonesia, and Europe shared memories that felt like quiet lanterns in a dark evening. Favorite interviews, gentle gestures on set, lines delivered with warmth and discipline. Colleagues spoke of professionalism, steady kindness, and the quiet courage it takes to keep learning under a spotlight. This is where we place our emphasis. On craft and character. Alongside remembrance comes reflection. The demands of public life. Long schedules, fragile privacy, relentless judgment can test anyone's balance. Many voices have urged renewed focus on mental health, workload planning, and duty of care. Those calls are not accusations. They are aspirations that any healthy industry should welcome. If watching this episode feels heavy for you, please take your time. In our description, we include a short list of widely known mental health resources and helplines in different regions. You deserve support, too. Let remembrance be gentle and specific. A moment that made you smile. A performance that helped you through a difficult week. A line that still lives rent-free in your heart. That, more than any theory, honors a life. Open question. Could clearer, more standardized communication after a public figure's death help reduce harmful speculation while respecting privacy and the law? Consider a practical blueprint. First, a timeline that distinguishes medical, legal, and family communications, what is known, what is pending, and what cannot be shared. Second, where lawful and ethical, an independent after-action note that summarizes process without exposing private details, aimed not at satisfying morbid curiosity, but at closing the gap in public understanding. Third, wellness commitments from agencies and studios, meaningful caps on consecutive high-pressure days, confidential counseling access, escalation pathways when warning signs appear. None of this rewrites the past, but it can soften the future. In the arts, we celebrate rehearsal. Perhaps we need rehearsal for crisis communication, too. Not to choreograph grief, but to keep it from becoming content for chaos. If you work in the industry and have a perspective, we would value it, anonymously if necessary. If you are a viewer, your voice matters as well. What would help you feel informed without intruding on a family's sorrow? Transparency is not a spectacle. It is a discipline that protects everyone involved. Here is a simple critical reading checklist you can use on any difficult story. Fact. Is there an official statement, a signed document, or reporting from reputable outlets? Can you verify dates and names? Rumor. Is the claim anonymous, circular, one post citing another, or emotionally charged without evidence? Interesting, perhaps, but not the same as proof. Open question. Are there areas where information is incomplete or not yet available? It is acceptable and often wise to say, "We don't know." When you comment today, try classifying one detail you've seen online into fact, rumor, or open question, and tell us why. This gentle exercise improves the quality of conversation and, over time, helps drown out noise with thoughtfulness. For those who prefer visual cues, look for the icons on screen. Heavy checkmark fact, rumor, and open question. They appear by each claim as we go. Finally, if you want to go deeper, bookmark our description. We'll include a short reading list on critical media literacy suitable for all ages in our audience without jargon. Wisdom does not require speed. It requires care. Let's practice together. In moments like this, we are tempted by endings. The neat bow on an untidy story, the single theory that feels like closure. But life and loss rarely grant us such precision. So we choose a different ending, one that centers compassion before certainty. We honor the work that moved us, the scenes that made us laugh softly, the arcs that taught us patience, the quiet discipline behind a performance that looked effortless on screen. We thank the crews who hold lines in the shadows, the families who carry grief away from cameras, and the fans who keep the best memories alive with tenderness. If, in time, more information is shared, we will receive it soberly and update our understanding. Until then, we hold to what helps. Clear labeling of claims, critical but kind conversation, and an insistence that the people who entertain us deserve protection as much as praise. To everyone watching from across the world, America, Asia, Europe, Oceania, thank you for choosing careful storytelling over cheap certainty. May our curiosity never outrun our humanity. And may the lives we discuss be remembered for their craft, not only for their endings. If our way of covering difficult stories, clear labels, calm reporting, and genuine compassion resonates with you, we'd be grateful if you'd subscribe to StarWatch now and tap the bell. Your support helps us keep conversations thoughtful and respectful for viewers from 35 to 75 and beyond, across the United States, South Korea, Japan, Thailand, Singapore, the Philippines, Australia, France, Canada, Indonesia, and Europe. In the description, you'll find the critical reading checklist, a short list of mental health resources, and a space to share your personal tribute, a sentence about a scene, a line, or a moment that meant something to you. Thank you for spending time with us today, and for the kindness you bring to the comments. We'll be back soon with more stories told at a human pace, with context, care, and respect. Until then, be well, look after your heart, and keep the lights of good memory burning. We appreciate you, we see you, and we hope to see you again in the next episode.